Dear friends, good morning. It is my proud privilege to welcome you on behalf of Professor Bram Singh Horticulture Foundation, BSHF, a not-for-profit organization, and my own uh, behalf to this 5H webinar series, talk number 11. BSHF is thankful to NEPA, New India Publishing Agency, New Delhi, for sponsoring this webinar series. I'm happy to welcome co-organizers Dr. Peetam Kalia, Aisha Rafi Ahmed Kidwai Awardee, former Head Division of Vegetable Science and Coordinator School of Horticulture Sciences, ICR IRI New Delhi, and Dr. Shalendra Rajan, former Director, ICR Central Institute of Subtropical Horticulture, Lucknow. Today, the webinar is on medicinal and aromatic plants for next decade by Dr. Sanjay Kumar, Senior Principal Scientist, CSIR CMAP, Central Institute of Medicinal and Aromatic Plants, Lucknow. He would formally be introduced by Dr. Preetam Kalia. Dear friend, the importance of medicinal and aromatic plants for human health, their commercial value, and role in environment improvement can hardly be overemphasized. These are known as disease preventive, curative, and health enhancer plants, yielding many formulations, medicines, and immunity booster and others. The knowledge of these plants have been generated by their direct use, observation, and repeat performances, which have now been given modern look involving modern scientific health related tools and technologies. Medicinal plants are recommended as part of food to keep the diseases at bay, besides being used in cure of ailments. Neem, garlic, aloe vera, methi or fenugreek, turmeric, etc. are known to us as home remedies to ailment or medicine of plant origin. Rest, Dr. Sanjay Kumar will enrich our knowledge on medicinal and aromatic plants by sharing by sharing R&D on these plants. Uh, Mainly done at his institute, CSIR and CMAP Lucknow. Question can be raised in comment or chat box, which we will take up after the talk. Now I request my colleague Dr. Pritam Kalia ji to introduce the speaker formally. Dr. Pritam Kalia sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everybody. Most respected Professor Brahm Singh ji, founder of VSHF, and my colleague Dr. Shailendra Rajan ji, and today's speaker, none else than Dr. Sanjay Kumar, who is from CMAP, CSIR CMAP Institute, who would be talking on medicinal and aromatic plants for next decade. Dr. Sanjay Kumar is Senior Principal Scientist at CSIR CMAP Institute, Lucknow, to the front of research and development activities. His team for the last 3 years has been able to take technologies of CSIR CMAP to the unreached area of the country, especially tribal and problematic areas. His field of specialization is economics and extension activities. And in that sector, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, as coordinator, organized two international special training programs of Nepal for Nepal government. and he has been active in establishing public-private partnership model. Dr. Sanjay Kumar developed different clusters in tribal and problematic areas of the country for medicinal and aromatic plants, and he has been active in introducing and developing a cluster of Palmarosa cultivation in salt-affected area of Kutch and Saurashtra region of Gujarat. Dr. Sanjay Kumar introduced lemongrass and Palmarosa cultivation in 500-acre area of Chhattisgarh. Dr. Sanjay Kumar has been active in transferring technologies as high as 28 such technologies he contributed. He has conducted training programs more than 180 in the area of medicinal and aromatic plants, and he has to his credit 30 research papers, 10 popular articles. As a media exposure, he has 30 radio and television talks and 5 short films. Dr. Sanjay Kumar also contributed as team member in the development of varieties, as many as 8 plant varieties of Artemisia, Ashwagandha, Stour, Mint, Vetiver, and Patchouli. He has been in the deliverance of lectures in conferences, and as many as 60 lectures he has contributed, and he has been awarded suitably for the achievements by FICCI Award for Rural Development and CSIR Award for Rural Development Card twice, Certificate of Merit CSIR Technology Award for Life Sciences, and Certificate of Excellence on CMAP for development of CMAP technologies, Certificate of Appreciation from Management Council of CSR CMAP for business promotion activities in the institute, and prestigious Khurana Technology Transfer Fellowship sponsored by Indo-US Science and Technology Forum. And he has guided 10 students in different disciplines. He has handled 28 projects as PI or coordinator and 13 as co-PI. So, with this introduction or biodata of Dr. Sanjay Kumar, I invite Dr. Sanjay Kumar to take the floor. Sanjay Kumar
Thank
ji.
you, sir. Thank you. Namaste, sir. It's my privilege today. I am here to deliver my talk. So I'm very much thankful to the organizer, especially Professor Brahm Singh, who is the founder of Brahm Singh Horticulture Foundation, Dr. Pritam Kalia, really a big name in the field of horticulture and vegetable sciences, Dr. Salendra Rajan, the former director of Swiss Lucknow. So all these big dignitaries, I am trying to present the work which is carried by me and CMAP in medicinal aromatic plants, especially focused on the next decade medicinal aromatic plants. As I uh, already discussed by Dr. Uh, Kalia sir, my field of specialization is the economics and extension. So I will try to explain the importance of these plants for the next decade on the commercial basis, how these commercially can be explored in the next decade by the
रघुवीर तुम कुछ है
and CMAP is our institution, our headquarters at Lucknow, and we are having the 4 research stations, two in Uttarakhand, but at Bhageshwar, another at Patnagar, two in the down south, one at Hyderabad, and another in the Bangalore, which are working on the different areas, medicinal aromatic plants. I'm starting with the mint. It's a flagship crop of CSR CMAP. This is transforming the rural India. Mint was introduced by CMAP in the country, and it is cultivated. It is more than 3 lakh hectare area with the production of 30,000 million tons and 30 years back, we are importing the mint oil from the other countries, but from last 20 years, India is the number one producer of the mint cultivation in the world, and 80%, more than 80% is exported to the other countries. This is happened due to the efforts made by the scientists of the CSIR and the farmers and the industry who have joined hands. So many varieties have been developed, many agro-technology has been developed, but challenges always comes in the way when you're going on. In between, in early 10, you can say 8 or 9 years back, there is an introduction of synthetic menthol. So again, there is a challenge among the scientists or among the CMAP or industry how to fight with the synthetic menthol. To fight with the synthetic menthol, CMAP has developed two varieties, two agro technologies which is adopted by industry, and now the latest variety Sim 29 is performing very well, like the climate resilient accordingly, and it's very popular among the farmers. And mint again maybe the real challenge for CMAP for the sustainability of the mint, and we are trying to take up the mint cultivation as far as from last 20 years we are the number one. We will try to do the next decade we will be the more uh, supplier of the other countries which is in the demand, and with the challenge of synthetic menthol. This is the economics of mint cultivation. The farmers can take the two harvests in a year. The about one harvest about 80,000 is the net profit he is earning with a period of 3 months. With the two harvests, he can take up to 1,50,000 rupees as a net economics from the cultivation of mint. This is the performance of menthol mint in India, how menthol mint export has been increased in various countries. If we go to the area in 2001, the area is limited. It's about 1,50,000 hectares, but nowadays area is double, more than 3 lakh hectares cultivation is going on. And apart from that, the production also has been increased. It is started from at that time, uh, we can say 15,000 tons to reach up to the 30,000, 32,000 tons in the recent years. So this is the performance which has been made by the mint industry in the world market. The another plant which is called as lemongrass, Cymbopogon flexuosus. It's a very important plant, and CMAP has been developed many variety of this lemongrass. This variety Krishna is very popular among the farmers, and we are the number one producer nowadays in the world. And recently, due to the introduction of this CMAP varieties and aroma mission of CSIR, we are the major exporter of the lemongrass oil in the world market. And this is happened due to the world has accepted the fragrance of lemongrass oil of the Indian origin. Earlier, it was captured by the other countries like China, but now from last few years, we are getting much response from the world market, and it's a perennial crop, can be taken the three harvest, and it's very good crop for the underutilized area, especially the dry land and the area where the uh, cultivation of the other crops, horticulture crops, and the cereal crops is less profitable to the farmers, and it has been introduced in many areas, and it is also promoted by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, the Jharkhand, especially the work made by CMAP and the Jharkhand State Livelihood Promotion Society for the development, or you can say, this variety has deployed in some districts of Jharkhand where women is cultivating, and Prime Minister praised this work which is made by CMAF and Jharkhand State Government. This is the performance of again lemongrass oil. We have to see in 2000 we have only exported the 100 kg of lemongrass oil, 2000 2001, but nowadays we have exported last year 600 tons of the lemongrass oil in the world market. That shows Indian origin lemongrass oil is now accepted by the world, and we have to maintain the sustainability for this. For like next 10 years, we have to make some new clusters, new areas, new variety, which is really give a good profit to the farmers, and world can see the more strength of the lemongrass oil of, developed by India. Again, we have discussed with again a very good crop that is called Pamaroja. Lemongrass basically used in many perfumery items, sorry, and it's oil having lemon odor. So that's why its importance is very much demanded in many areas. Again, the same like lemongrass, one crop is called Pamaroja. Palmaroja essential oil is found in its leaves and is especially the inflorescence, and the Palmaroja essential oils having the rosy odor is used as a substitute of rose because rose oil is so high value. People cannot use the rose oil everywhere in every cosmetics and flavoring industry. So Palmaroja again is the crop. Palmaroja is the original from India, but it was mostly cultivated. Cultivation has been started from last 2 decades. Earlier, it was collected from the forest areas, especially in the Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh and other region in Maharashtra. But the systematic cultivation has been started, especially CMAP has introduced this cultivation of palm oil in the western areas, wasteland of Kutch and other areas, especially in Vidarbha and Bundelkhand region, where people are not able to get the much profit from the traditional crops. So these are the varieties developed by CMAP, PRC1 and SIM Harsa. It's give a 100 to 120, 150 kg essential oil in 3 harvests. If farmers can take the 3 harvests of Palmaroja in a year, it's a perennial crop like lemongrass, which goes up to the 5 year. And it's also give a handsome profit of more than 1 lakh rupees in per hectare with the minimum use of inputs. This is again performance of the Palmaroja oil. We are not even though exporting much Palmaroja in early, you can say, this century in 2001, 2002, 2003. But with the efforts, systematic efforts of CMAP and the farmers, this crop has been introduced successfully in the various regions of the country. And from last 5 to 6 years, with the introduction of this again, Arma mission, the Palmaroja export is also increased tremendously. And it's a prediction. Now we are exporting about 80 to 100 tons of Palmaroja in the world market, but in next 10 years, it can be reached up to the 500 tons. And world is looking after this essential oil because US is the major consumer, and after that, Europe is the consumer. Both in case of lemongrass and Palmaroja, both the countries, both the regions are now accepting the essential oil, the fragrance of the Indian origin Palmaroja oil. So it's a very good sign for the essential oil industry and farmer. Again, the another plant which is called vetiver, called as khas. We are using this khas from the ancient time, from the time of especially the Mughal Shashan. And this vetiveria jejunites is has the beauty because its roots having a typical smell which is used in the high grade perfumery. And nowadays, earlier we are the very good user of the vetiver oil, but nowadays we are importing from the other countries. And the khas, or you can say vetiver, is a plant that can be sustained in flood. So we have introduced the cultivation of this vetiver in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Nowadays we are producing a good amount, handsome amount of essential oil from vetiver. The farmers, especially, they are not able to use their land in flood affected areas where we have introduced, and especially in the Gandak and the other rivers who are making the floods, especially in Bihar and eastern UP, we have introduced vetiver cultivation, and the farmers we are now able to get, you can say, 20,000 rupees now able to get more than 1,50,000 rupee for the cultivation of vetiver with a 12-month crop. And it's also be cultivated with the mint as an intercrop. So it's also give additional profit to the farmers of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. So it's also a very good crop, and we are importing this essential oil from the other countries like Haiti. We have to need to strengthen our cultivation, so we have to self-sufficient in the use of vetiver oil because it's a very much used in the different industries, especially in the cosmetics, pan masala, and other industry. So it's also a good crop for future, especially from the commercial point of view. Again, Artemisia annua is not a new crop for this decade, but it's a miracle crop because after the introduction of COVID, Artemisia got again the importance and its uses as an antiviral, as anti-cancer activities. Now industry is looking again for the Artemisia cultivation and the uses of Artemisia. So we are also trying to, it's technology already transferred to the 8 industry by CMAS, especially when Dr. Khanuja was director. So it's a big boom was given to the Artemisia annua. After that, its cultivation has been started with the IFCA laboratory, and again 2 or 3 Chennai-based industry and other industry they are interested in again cultivation. It's also a good crop for the farmers in a lean period, where in the 3 months farmers able to get 60 to 70,000 rupees, and It's also a crop for exploring the new disease of artemisia, especially people are working worldwide on this plant. Ashwagandha, again, it's not a new plant, but ashwagandha nowadays, especially demanded in the US market as a nutraceutical. In our traditional system, we are using from the ancient time. Ashwagandha is a very good plant called as a Indian ginseng. Root is the important plant, is used in Ayurvedic medicines, and it's very good plant for the dry land. CSIR CMAP has introduced this cultivation, especially in the Rayalaseema region of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, in Rangareddy, Anantapur, and other districts where farmers are earlier taking the groundnut with the big problems, but they are not able to get much handsome out. But by the cultivation of Asugandha is getting attention of farmers, and they are able to get a good profit of 1 lakh rupees from that especially dryland region. But due to COVID, its importance has been increased, and as an immunity booster, it is used in many used by many industry, and especially in the foreign countries. Nowadays, people from Bangalore-based industry, Bangalore-based botanical industries, and Hyderabad-based, they are exporting this extract of ashwagandha as a nutraceutical in the world market. So again, it's a good plant to explore the whole world. It's earlier it's used in only Ayurvedic medicine or Indian system of medicine. Calmeg, again, after introduction of COVID, as antiviral, get attention again by the many industry, many people who are interested. We have also developed some technologies which is already transferred during the COVID time to the industry. It's also a good plant which is highly demanded in especially human medicine and the veterinary medicines both. It's used in veterinary also. We are exploring the veterinary aspects of this plant in the next coming decade. It's a crop season crop where people are not able to produce paddy. So this crop can be, this calmic can be, Endographis paniculata can be cultivated easily. It's also a 3 to 4 months crop. It's also give a 50 to 60,000 rupees profit in a period of 3 to 4 months. So it's also a very good crop for future, especially for the veterinary point of view. Satavari again after COVID get the attention, and it's used in both human system and veterinary system of medicines. Nowadays, with the milking animals, the Satavari is in the major demand, especially the some industry who was working on the Ayurvedic part of, especially for the animals, some subsidiary of industries like Dabar and other, they are in the high demand, and they are forced the flower cultivation can be increased in those areas where people are not able to get the other cultivars. It's also very good crop for dryland region. It's a 2 year crop, and this crop we are focused on the orchard because many orchard is there, mango orchard is there. So we have introduced the cultivation of Satavari, especially in the orchard, because it's a set living plant. It can be cultivated in open area, but it's also performed very well in the shed. So it's also give a good handsome profit to the farmers, and Bareilly and other areas people has now start the cultivation in Satavari. Rolfia serpentina, again, it's a very good plant for the orchards and plantation crop, and it comes in the red data book, and especially as cultivation, systematic cultivation, not so much uh, taken by the farmers, but nowadays we are focusing again this plant as an intercrop in the orchard, so its demand can also be supplied. It's also a 18 month crop, and it's in very high demand. It's give a handsome profit of more than 2 lakh rupees under the orchard cultivation. Now, Brahmi, again, the plant in the very much demand, and it's mostly collected from the Sundarban and the other areas of West Bengal. So, CMAP has developed some agro technology. Now, the systematic cultivation has been started in nearby area, and the some industry like Dabar and some Ayurvedic industry, they are taking the contractual cultivation with the farmers in this Brahmi. This is Bacopa moniari. It's again a very good plant which used in our system of medicines. Buyamla, again, after the COVID, there is China was the major supplier in the world as a hepatoprotective drug, but again, many industry are looking for a hepatoprotective plant. Calmeg is already hepatoprotective, but Buyamla or Phyllanthus samaras is found wild in the whole country. But now the systematic cultivation has been started by some industry, and apart from this Buyamlica, one plant that is called Silibum marianum that is also in high demand, and that two plants may be the future, or we can say plant of this decade, especially as a hepatoprotective or antiviral properties the plants are having. It's also give a good profit, and as a red fat condition, about 80,000 rupees per hectare within a period of 4 months. Aloe vera, again, it's a good plant, and it's also give a good profit in the rain-fed area, especially. But we have to take care when we introduce aloe vera and all these things. Processing is very much necessary. Osimum basilicum. In the traditional system of medicines, our Osimum sanctum, that is called Rama Tulsi, Shama Tulsi, जो हम घर में यूज करते हैं, उसको काफी लोग grow करते हैं. That especially that Osimum sanctum in used in the tea industry or the industry which is used in Ayurveda. But the Osimum basilicum, Babui Tulsi, it is found in the wild areas of Bundelkhand and Chhattisgarh, Bundelkhand in Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, and it's also a good plant as a filler crop for a period of 2 months in the rainy season or maybe in the summer season. And farmers are cultivating, and it's a big area, more than 10,000 hectares area is cultivated in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and some part of Madhya Pradesh. And it's a very much essential oil having a compound that is called as methyl chavicol. Methyl chavicol is very much used in the especially in the cosmetics and perfumery flavoring items. And other species of Osimum CMAP is also working. They are also in the demand. This is the economics of this Osimum cultivation, especially called as Baboi Tulsi cultivation, within a period of 2 and 3 months as a rainfed crop. More than 50,000 rupees can be taken by farmers by the cultivation of this crop. Again, citronella is the plant which are in the high demand because mosquito repellency is especially the natural mosquito repellent is high demand. But earlier we have introduced citronella cultivation in northern part, but the cultivation has been drastically reduced due to some problem infections there. But we have developed the new clones here and try to improve the cultivation of this crop. This be the next 5 to 6 year, you can say very much demanding crop because the infection of as a mosquito problem is spreading in the whole, you can say, Asian countries. And we are importing the essential oil from the small countries like Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Burma. So there is a need to strengthen the cultivation of this crop in coming future. So we have to make self-sufficiency in citronella and maybe explore the world demand. Pagastomon Pacholi. Pacholi is a very good plant which can be cultivated in the shed, especially in the plantation crop. We have to targeting this crop introduction, especially systematic cultivation in the plantation crop in the southern part, Arecanet and all these plantation crop. CMAP has developed some varieties, Sim Smart and Sim Srestha, and it's also give a good profit. And we are importing this Pacholi from other countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, China. So there is need to strengthen about 200 tons we are importing from the other countries. To for exploring this self-sufficiency, we have to planning to strengthen the cultivation of pacholi in southern part or maybe the plantation crop in the northern part. So we have to make self-sufficiency Atmanirbhar in the pacholi oil in coming days. Mentha piperata is again crop for demand, especially for the hilly and the other region. It can be give a good profit to the farmers. Geranium. Geranium is again a plant which we are importing this geranium oil from the countries like China and other. So we have introduced the cultivation in some areas, but nowadays people are demanding much or much, especially the industry. So we have introduced the new variety. We have developed the new variety, especially the clone, which is used by the Chinese industry or people who are using the Chinese based essential oil, and it's also give a good profit. And geranium may be the specially plant for the next decade as a cultivation because about more than 100 tons essential oil we are importing from the other countries. For making the self-sufficiency, there is a need to strengthen this cultivation more than 10,000 hectare areas. So its cultivation now started taking shape in Maharashtra and the southern part. Again, rose is a very high demandable essential oil, high value essential oil, and India was the especially in the Mughal time, the rose oil is rosy odor is very popular. But nowadays, Bulgaria, other countries are the major producers, and this rose oil can be uh, through aroma mission. We are trying to introduce in the hilly area, especially in Himachal and Jammu Kashmir region, so we can make again our leadership in the world in the production of rose oil. It's also give a good profit. It's a perennial crop, go up to the 15, 20 years, and it's give a net return more than 3 to 4 lakh rupees in a year. Its economic start from the third year. Nagarmotha, Cyprus cariaceus. Cyprus cariaceus is an unexplored plant from the research point of view. Many people have started the work on that part. It's essential oil very much demanding in the perfumery, aromatherapy, and the soap making and other industry. It's totally collected from the wild area of Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Bengal, Odisha. So now people are looking for the systematic cultivation because the export industry who are exporting this to export now require the systematic cultivation, and many people from the outside India, especially in the international market, this Nagar Mothap oil is the high demand, and we have developed some clone, and we are trying to develop the new varieties and the new agro technologies because it's taking about more than half an year for its cultivation period. So we are working on that part. That Nagar Motha essential oil is very much demand, especially the Nagar Motha is the very much demandable plant for the next decade, and we are focusing on this Nagar Motha cultivation, exploring its science, its essential oil, and its typical smell, how it can be given to others. Rosemary, again, rosemary, both in as a Kurmi herb or essential oil breathing crop, is very much demanding. The compound which is found in the rosemary, one it's inosine, alpha-pinene, then camphor. They are the very much importance, especially the antioxidant rich fractions and essential oils used in many cosmetics and other industries, especially in the flavor industry. It's very much demandable. So it's also a good plant, especially for the hilly region. And we have also developed some variety which can be cultivated in northern plains. So this is the future plants which we are focusing, especially on the commercial point of view. It can be explored in coming years. Lavender, again, not new plant, but lavender is yet to be explored in some area. Some efforts has been made by CSIR in popularizing lavender in Kashmir region. But again, it's much demanded. France is the major supplier, Hungary, China, Bulgaria, Russia, and US. But Indian lavenders has the typical smell, especially the Kashmir lavenders. We are having a very good environment for lavender. So we are also trying to strengthen this plant through mission program in the coming future, and our government is also focused very much on the production, increase the production of lavender oil, especially in the Jammu Kashmir region. Cannabis is not a new plant, but cannabis again a plant of nowadays in high demand. The next decade, we can say cannabis is the plant who are required much focused research, systematic cultivation, and as like poppy, its cultivation under the narcotic control. Cannabis has been used as a source of fiber, food, medicine, reaction from the many years, more than 500 years, hundreds of different active molecules present in cannabis, especially the two cannabinoids are presented in high concentration, that is called THC and CBD. THC especially not a good compound, but CBD especially very much demanded by the industry, is widely used in pain, depression, sleep disorders, and another group of chemicals, especially terpenes, the seed oil, especially used as a fatty acid for cooking, and terpenes which are contributed to smell and taste of cannabis products. And its leaves also having a very good essential oil, which are especially very much demanding. Every third industry who are working in the area of herbals, botanicals, they are asking about, inquiring about the cannabis, how the cannabis work is going on, how they can take up the cultivation, when variety will become. So we are CSS CMAP is involved in the collection of cannabis germplasm, and we are trying to develop the genotype which can be used as a variety in future with the low THC and the high CBD content through conventional and molecular breeding. So the industry, so cannabis can be the future plan for the next decade, definitely. Achillea mellifolium. Achillea mellifolium, commonly known as the yarrow or millefoli as a member of genus group. It's distributed especially in the Europe and Mediterranean Europe countries, Asia and Northern Africa. It's also found in the Himalaya region. It's again a plant which are in very much demand as both point of view, especially essential oil point of view, or as a medicinal property. It's finally used in folk and modern medicines, especially in human, veterinary, also food and cosmetic industry. This can be a future plant. We are also trying to focus on this plant in the coming future because it's a very good importance plant, and our industry is looking forward for the you can say introduction of this plant, especially as a cultivation crop in India. The medicinal property of this plant have been recognized globally. It's also included in the pharmacopoeia of Germany, Czech Republic, France, and Switzerland. The essential oil of this plant has been investigated from different countries. Many countries have the high demanding name was given here. And the major compounds in this essential oil of different chemotypes are quimogelone and the other terpenes, beta pipin, 1,8-cineol, linalool, major you can say compounds which are found, which are of the commercial importance, and many industries, especially the essential oil based industry, they are very much demanding. So this is the again plant for basic research and applied sciences also. Oregano. Oregano is also an unexplored plant, our point of view from the Indian industry, Indian research, and it's widely used or popular spice under the well-looked name, you can say oregano. And oregano is of the great economic importance to its various traditional and modern applications, especially the nowadays pizza and other big food industry, big food industry uses are increasing. So its demand is also very much high, and it's we are importing from the other countries. So there is need to be give the strengthen or systematic cultivation of this plant, especially in the hilly region of the plains. Also, oregano is also has the antifungal, antibacterial, anti-insecticidal, antioxidant property, which is used as a culinary herbs. And in India, majority of this commercial oregano imported from other countries. And recently, we have developed one varieties, and especially this essential oil also is in very much demand. It's a 0.7% of the dry weight basis, and it's having the carbachol. It's a compound which were much demanded by industry, more than 50% in the essential oil, and it's again a plan for next decade to work on explore on that. Thyme. Thyme oil is very much in demand, and we are also trying. See, this is the future plant. Thyme is especially for the essential oil, which was demanding, and this is maybe the plant for next decade. And we are explored many things in this thyme oil. Our chemist has worked on that part. The thyme oil is the major compound which is demanded by the many industry, and it's thyme essential oil having the typical smell, which are used especially in the flavoring industry, and it's having the antiseptic property, antioxidant, anti-insecticide, and the preservation property. It's also having the natural sanitizers for bacteria, anti-inflammatory, and the strong microbial activity thyme is having. So it's also coming days. It's a future plant for research as well as varietal development, agrotechnology development, and systematic cultivation by the farmers. These are the agrotechnologies which are given for some plants, like how, when, where which cultivation has been taken, especially for Asugandha, Sargandha, Kalmeg, Artemisia. Again, for some of the medicinal aromatic plants like menthol, mint, geranium, rose, lavender, palmarosa, citronella, vetiver, French basil. So these are the improved technology which can be used, especially the distillation techniques which is developed by us and now adopted by many farmers for extraction of essential oil. Because some plants having the essential oil which can be easily extracted, but some plants like geranium, rose, vetiver, the water visible essential oils. For that, especially for rose, we have developed a special design, special uh, you can say distillation unit, so we can easily extract the high value essential oil uh, from the commercial aspects, and now farmers are using. So this is developed by CMAP, and these are the herbal formulation which is made from the essential oil which I already discussed. in my presentation. Very much, you can say, many variety of herbal formulation can be developed, and we are started the incubation here, especially giving the incubation facility to the new entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs for the production of these herbal formulations that can be taken to the market. So thank you very much.
Thank
Hello.
you, Dr. Sanjay Kumar ji,
Yes, sir.
to take us to the futuristic aromatic plants, mainly the oil yielding plants, which has got the high value. Very good. Nicely and quickly you have taken us to different plants. Dr. Preetham Kalia ji, could you kindly moderate his talk?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for the talk, Dr. Sanjay Kumar ji, uh, for introducing to the new world. Medicinal and aromatic plants are very important for our country, as all these plants are rich sources of various essential oil and other compounds, as you have detailed, with their various antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial properties. And also you took us to the world of how these plants, which are the plants which are already being grown commercially, especially mint, lemongrass, uh, Palma rosa, uh, and they have the properties and utilities to be grown in those lands where other normal crops cannot be taken. So that's a very good point, and I hope the viewers must have been educated rightly about these plants, as you have given detail of almost more than 22 such plants, out of which the ones which are commercially being grown, and they are being exported, earning a lot of livelihood to the uh, growers, and a lot of employment generation for the general masses, especially in tribal areas where these plants find ready uses. And also, is important point is that because of their richness in various compounds, as Dr. Sanjay Kumar has detailed, they are the ones which has properties to develop industry in the country, and make country advanced in various uh, industrial developments, especially in cosmetic industry, pharmaceutical industry, nutraceutical industry. And these plants like vetiver, artemisia, ashwagandha, which are very good not only from the health point of a human being, but from veterinary point of view also they are useful, as also has been mentioned by the speaker. Kalmeg and Sitawar, then Sarpagandha, Brahmi, Bhui Amlika, aloe vera, ossimum. And then besides that, those medicinal plants which are presently being imported for their use in food and other various activities in the country. And because the India has varied climatic condition, and almost all kind of plants grown around the world can be grown in India, uh, by developing proper technologies and educating people. Awareness is the important aspect which Dr. Sanjay Kumar has detailed, because we need to educate people about the properties of the plant and their growing practices, so that they can be taken up. So in that context, these plants like citronella, patchouli, nagarmoth, rosemary, lavender, cannabis, Achillea, oregano, thyme, which has been in detail. He has told that they are the ones which are presently being imported, and a lot of foreign exchange goes out of the country. And if we take their cultivation, and based on the research areas that has to be enhanced in these, developing new varieties suitable for different areas, uh, they can earn a lot of profit to the growers, and livelihood security of various people in the tribal and the other areas can be taken up. So these are very important from educating people about these medicinal and aromatic plants, which are so important in our day-to-day requirements, and their agrotechnologies which are required for from the farmer's point of view, how to grow them successfully and to enhance their production, that has been given in detail, and the extraction of the compounds from them, and then their utilization in formation of the herbal formation, the improved processing technology for extraction of the essential oils in each of these has been detailed nicely by Dr. Sanjay Kumar. And with that, I think the viewers must have been educated nicely, and the research program and the other activities by the entrepreneurs and the scientists can be taken up in these new programs for enhancing the production of these new medicinal and aromatic plants, so that country gets industry revolution in future. So with that, I thank the Dr. Sanjay Kumar for giving nice talk and educating people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Kalia, nicely moderating the talk. Now I request Dr. Sanjay Kumar ji to answer few questions which are there one by one. Shivangi, one by one you display. We start with the Surinder Organic
Yes, sir. Uh,
Kumar. Surinder Organic Kumar.
yeah.
Can we get cultivation in India of lemon verbena?
Yeah, it's especially cultivated in other countries in Europe, but the cultivation can be possible in the hilly areas, and we are trying to explore this plant. So, maybe in future that can be introduced in India also. And
Okay.
other we have seen.
Next question, Shivangi.
Next question displaying the commercial cultivation of Coleus flosculi in Bareilly or Badaयूं region. The Coleus flosculi cultivation, especially the environment condition which is required for its cultivation, is possible in southern part. In Bareilly, it's not give the good results, the typical medicinal property which it has. So it's not possible to cultivate every plant everywhere. So it's not possible to cultivate coleus cultivation in Bareilly right now. But in future, some varieties may be developed, can be possible. But nowadays, it's not possible to
But
cultivate it.
Daksha, did you try it at Pantanagar at
हाँ
your
सर
farm?
हाँ सर हमने ट्राई किया था
हाँ,
पंतनगर में, पर इसकी यील्ड और
नहीं
जो पोटेंशियल उतना अच्छा नहीं आ रहा है।
नहीं आया तो बरेली और पंतनगर का क्लाइमेट ज्यादा
हाँ
डिफरेंट
जी
नहीं
जी
है।
जी सर जी सर।
ठीक है, ठीक है। ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। मैडम, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन डिस्प्ले करो। पढ़िए आप इसको, डॉक्टर साहब
Dear
पढ़िए।
sir, where we can get seed of Rama and Krishna Tulsi? Yes, Surendra ji, you can take seed from CMAP. We are having the improved variety in both kind of osimum. So you can
सी
take
मैप
seed from
लखनऊ, सी मैप
CMAP
लखनऊ।
Lucknow, CMAP Pantnagar, both the centers. Even though at our Hyderabad center is also available.
ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। लेमन ग्रास।
Lemongrass has been taken up as a border under our organic production plant. Is Brij, Brij Madhwal is he is cultivating mint and other crops. So lemongrass can be taken up as a border crop. It's a very good idea, and we are also suggesting many farmers to protect their crop from the wild animals, domestic animals. So lemongrass can be taken up as a border crop. जो आपका बॉर्डरिंग एरिया है उसमें आप खेत के चारों तरफ लगभग लगभग आप कह सकते हैं कि 10 फीट 20 फीट का बॉर्डर बना के लेमन ग्रास का कल्टीवेशन कर सकते हैं, जो दैट कैन रिपेलेंट सो मेनी इंसेक्ट्स आल्सो एंड आल्सो रिपेलेंट द वाइल्ड एनिमल्स आल्सो, so it can be taken. It's a good idea.
एनी अदर क्वेश्चन मैडम? No more question. Okay, so friends, we had a very interesting interacting session, and earlier Dr. Sanjay has taken us to the world of mainly aromatic plants, and that too the futuristic one. where one can concentrate to earn more money. The only thing I want to add here to his talk that these medicinal and aromatic plants are much more amenable to organic farming or natural farming, and customer or industries also demand naturally grown or organically grown. You see, essential oil or whatever product they want to have it, they want it is organically grown. So there is a great scope here to exclusively or totally follow organic farming or natural farming when farmers are taking up. REST, CMAP and other institute, they know it better, but my personal opinion is that we should lay emphasis on natural production or organic production, whatever way is there. And definitely the active ingredient in the see in the plant, if it is organically grown, it has been proved is better, no doubt, no doubt. It
It's
may not be
really
substantial, substantially, but it has got certain things which are to be clearly brought out by the scientists in terms of chemical, what that particular chemical or in modified form of that chemical. I'm not able to explain what it should be, but definitely it has got some positive thing. There is no doubt about that. So better to emphasize organic or natural farming of medicinal or aromatic plants. Another thing, Dr. Singh has laid emphasis as per his specialization on economics and narrated the work of CMAP as far as the varieties of these important plants developed. But the processing of that, taking out oil from that, is equally important. And these days, CO2 extraction or enzymatic extraction technologies are talked about, or rather, emphasis is being laid on that. So those who are interested can study and can be in touch with the CMAP or other institutes and use these technologies. Enzymatic one, whatever little I know, works out to be cheaper. CO2 is better but expensive.
yes.
So that's what we wanted to say about that. We had interesting talk on this medicinal and aromatic plant, which is the important part of our horticulture. The series is on future horticulture. So medicinal plant is a very important wing of horticulture, like ornamental plants, vegetable and fruits, and the value addition to that. We would have some more talks on medicinal plant. We would like to go in depth, particularly the chemistry part of these medicinal and aromatic plant, their uses, and their uses for the masses, not only for the rich people. Generally, when aroma is taken or essence is taken or what you call the ether is taken, it's become expensive, and general public is not able to take advantage of that. But let us see how the masses or the public, general public, is able to take advantage of, if not all the plants products, but at least of certain plant products like your tulsi, quite common one, lemongrass, quite common one. Geranium, we have to lay emphasis. Geranium is not that popular in this country, but climate, so overall, the huge area of the country is suitable for geranium. production. Even one can have in pots also the geranium production. And when I say in pots, you can enter into that buzzword these days, and it's not a buzzword, but it's a reality. Vertical farming. The vertical farming crops like geranium, because it doesn't grow very tall, and if it is growing very tall, a CMAP is there to give you the dwarf culture, develop the dwarf culture. One can go with that. What we need is the foliage. There, a lot of foliage to extract the essential oil. So things like that are required in these medicinal plants. Your mint also the very ideal candidate for vertical farming. I tell you my personal experience. But in vertical farming, you may be wondering that Brahmsingh was emphasizing on organic and natural farming. Now he switched on to the hydroponics or vertical farming. You leave the hydro part of it, but you can do the vertical farming in soil also. There is no problem. In our country, turmeric is being again important. I'm not giving a the example of other crop, but the related crop. Very important medicinal plant, um, well tested, and no controversy at all. Not many uses, both in religious uh, things and even day-to-day health problem, all sort of things. Is being produced vertically. So I think we had a very interesting, very I think thought-provoking talk, for which I'm thankful to Dr. Sanjay Kumar, who worked hard to bring out the crisp, the crunch of the things, and in his talk. And Next we are going to have a talk on banana from topmost banana scientist, Dr. Oma Sobraya. And the topic is changing trends, traditional banana for export. Traditional banana for export. Interesting one. So take advantage of that. We meet Sunday, 11 a.m. Till then, goodbye and thank you one and all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good day.
Thank you,
Thank you.
respectable Dr. Brahm Singh, Dr. Pritam Kalia, and my special
Thank you.
thanks to my guru, Dr. Kharuja, who has recommended me for this talk. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.